Morning, Crossroads students. I hope you guys are all doing well. This morning, we actually have a really cool thing that we're going to give you guys. Gabe's interview that he did on our late night podcast. I hope you guys have seen it. He shared his testimony and his story. But if not, I would encourage you to go check that out. But at the very end, our video actually cut out, and we lost the end of that podcast. And you can kind of tell because we just kind of cut the end, but we still had the audio. And so this morning we're going to share the audio of the extended cut of Gabe's interview. And we ask him the question of what do you do when you feel incredibly alone? Because sometimes this is a season where we feel alone because we don't have as much community as we once did. And so I want you guys to listen. Gabe has something really, really cool to say. So what would you say to someone who's just in that low moment and just feels incredibly invisible and alone?
For me, when I went through that and I look back on the feeling of loneliness and kind of forsakenness, and just feeling like nobody sees me. And it's not even that they don't see me, it's that they can see me, but they don't see me for who I really am. And they don't see what God sees. You know what I mean? Because now what I would say is that you don't think about what the person in front of you looks at you, and even if they look over you and don't recognize you, think about what God sees in you, because at the end of the day, He created you, right? And when He created you, He had this whole big grandiose plan for you in His mind. He was like, oh man, I'm going to put a little bit of this in you. I'm going to put a little bit of this, and you're going to do big things, right? And I would say just concentrate on like, man, God really does love me. Because at the end of the day, when you have when you understand that the creator of all things loves you undeniably, and that He sent His own son to die on a tree for you, to be whipped and beaten and to carry His cross up a mountain and just be completely and utterly just shamed for no reason, and He didn't have to do it. Think about that when you feel lonely, and think about how lonely Jesus felt at that time when He was on the cross, and he cried out. He said, my God, why have you forsaken me? Think about how lonely He felt then. But then He looked down and He seen His disciples. So always remember that even though you feel so lonely, and when you're at that place where you feel like nobody's there, just remember to always look around you and realize that you're in the house with your mother. You're in the house with a loving father, with a loving sibling, and then there's always somebody around you that loves you. So, I mean, I would just encourage you just to seek God in a moment like that. Mm-hmm. Seek God, because at the end of the day, there was nothing that nobody could have done for me at that moment. Of me feeling so lost and just so unseen. There was nothing that nobody could have said to me, because my feelings were going to override anything they said to me. Mm-hmm. But God chose to tell me, but when God talked to me and God showed me, this is who you are, this is what you're going to do, and this is the plan that I have for you, and He started to produce fruit in my life each and every day, and the longer that I continued in relationship with Him, I started to see everything that was happening, stuff that I never thought I was going to accomplish in my life. Mm-hmm. That's when I realized God sees me.